Hi guys, time once again for another episode of Doctor Who review, and this time it's episode 5, series 10, and it's the episode Oxygen. Another good episode of Doctor Who. Wow, I'm really enjoying it. I am back once again enjoying Doctor Who. It could be a little bit of too little too late, but no, I tell you what, if they keep this up, we're gonna end up with a very good Peter Capaldi Doctor that I'm gonna be a bit upset to see go. But as it is, yeah, another good episode. So there's plenty to talk about with this episode. First of all, did anybody else notice the reference to the First Doctor again? We're getting another First Doctor reference in the little fluidic link part, which was first appeared in Doctor Who and the Daleks. And so yeah, they keep nodding at the First Doctor. We've had a couple of other things in the past. Mainly, most people would have noticed the picture of Susan. So yeah, another reference to the First Doctor. Now, the episode itself, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's an episode that serves better from repeat viewing, because it's a single story. There's a lot going on around that story, and it doesn't waste any time. It just gets right into it. There's not a wasted minute on screen. It just goes for it. It's very much like sort of the Impossible Planet, where they're trapped on board a station and people are dying, or Voyage of the Damned, or 42. It's that sort of story, and sort of rats in a maze kind of story. But I thought he'd done a good job of the fact that there was no real visible villain. That, yeah, people would die in, and they would die in. They were using irony for it. The thing that's supposed to save people was the thing that's actually killing them. But there was no real big villain of the week. It was, the villain was invisible. It was the corporation behind, in the background. Yeah, I just like this a lot because they weren't being silly with it. We got more of Nardole this week, and he's one of those characters. I'm warming more to Nardole. I am warming more to the character. He's not there just to be silly and goofy, and be sarcastic or things like that. He's not just there for the comic relief, and that's important as well. That's very important. I also felt that this was really sort of the first episode whereby the companion was in real danger, and they really sold that, because we've had Pearl Mackey's Bill running around and getting involved and being sort of proactive, but you never really felt like she was going to die. But in this episode, she was in continuous peril in this episode, which was a nice thing to do. And you could see, she's not as she's not as involved with how to get out of something as other companions have been, namely Clara. But that's good. That's good. She shouldn't be the thing that understands and gets it and just goes, oh yeah, we just do this and I'm okay. The fact that they had that little scene where she panics and you can see her heavy breathing and it impacts on the force field, and you can see it because she's having a bit of a, oh my god, I'm gonna die. So there was that. I liked the fact that they decided to they were using sort of corporate capitalism as the fuel for this episode, and that was corporate capitalism greed. So that they were showing it in that you've got the oxygen is the commodity, and you've got people are using the oxygen and it's taxed, and you can't have any unlicensed oxygen on the station, and that ends up getting sort of expelled out through the airlock, because this corporation has to make money, and that's how it's doing it. So yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. I mean, it was a bit tongue-in-cheek in the fact that it was literally the workers versus the suits, literally. And yeah, I mean, it was sort of going down a sort of a zombies route, but it was really, the suits. So yeah, we get this whole scene where the Doctor saves Bill, and he goes blind. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Even if it's temporary, it's still one of those experiences whereby we've never seen it happen to the Doctor before. And even if he's only blind temporarily, it still offers something extra to the character. So yeah, I loved this episode all round. I mean, the design for the space station, it looked like it was something that would have fitted into something like Blake 7. It was literally, this very sort of stripped back, retro style, 70s style space station. And the same for the interiors as well. They weren't trying to be anything clever with the interiors. They were keeping it at this very industrial, very heavy looking sci-fi retro look, and I loved it. I loved it. There's not a lot in this episode I didn't like. You felt like it was going to sort of be just a rats in the maze kind of episode, and you get to the middle of the episode and you thought maybe it was going to sort of end up going round and round, but it doesn't. It actually just literally just goes straight towards the finish line. Not a lot for the vault this week, but again, I'm already bored by the idea of the vault. We know it's going to be something that they're going to play out throughout the series. It doesn't matter. The whole thing with the vault is that you might as well just not introduce the vault into it until the end of the series, because or you can keep going back to it. We know it's there. Don't bother seeing it. Let's just see it when it opens, because they're not going to tell us what's in there. So yeah, so that doesn't bother me at all. But overall, I would have said this was another very good episode of Doctor Who. And when you're watching the show now after series sort of 8 and 9, you're kind of expecting one to be a real turkey of an episode, and when it's not happening, big smiles. So yeah, I loved it. I really did. I think it can benefit from repeat viewing. This is an episode I think I can watch over and over, as opposed to episodes whereby I've watched it once or twice. I might watch it in a couple of years' time or something. But no, this is an episode I can keep going back to. And I think we're on a good course now for the end of the series, and to the big handover at the end of it. And I think it's all doing very, very well. I'm enjoying it again. I'm looking forward to Doctor Who. It is once again unmissable TV. There you go.